I'm getting like loads of leads. So my name is Francisco. I'm 37 years old, so I'm from Brazil, but I live in Cork at the moment. I've been working as a tattoo artist for almost 10 years. Yeah, 10 years, something like that. So I don't have a specialized style, like I'm a rounder, but I always prefer to do anything with bold lines and colors, like such as neo traditional, old school, But I never say no for fine line work as well. I love tattoo, so it doesn't matter what style, but of course, that is some of them that I prefer to do the most.
That's really cool. And you're traveling around a little bit as well, like in multiple different places, right?
Yeah, so I started like as a tattoo artist in Dublin. So and then I started traveling around Europe, Norway, Denmark, Netherlands, Germany, France, Portugal, Spain, as a guest. And then I settled down in Cork now.
Nice. That's really cool. And we have been working together for almost a year? No, almost?
Yes, something like that. If I'm not wrong, it could be a year.
Yeah, that's crazy. Time flies. But when we started together, how did you find Tattoo Growth in the first place?
Yeah, actually, it was with Victor, friend of mine that he's a friend also. I went to work in the shop he works in. It's Turnberg, yeah. And then he was only started, I think, like 3 months ago when we talked about that. Yeah, like it was from him. He told me about you guys.
What was the thing that you were like struggling with before Tattoo Growth, would you say?
100% marketing and ads. And then the way how to connect the two of them and make the people see more me outside, see more my work. So I think it was these two things that was like kind of closed inside of a box, and then when I find you guys, like you help me out with the key, something like that.
Nice. That's a cool metaphor. I like that. Yeah. Before you joined, like what in like marketing and all those stuff, what had you tried before that? Like what had you tried on yourself? Was there anything specifically?
Yeah, I tried like, advertising by Instagram, that one that you do by yourself on Instagram only, Oh no, actually there was like, oh no, I forgot. Yeah, there was a Brazilian agency as well that I started with. But to be honest, it was really bad. It was miscommunications, I didn't get any results. It was a bit messy. So that's why I didn't want to get into like agencies, marketing and stuff like that, because I really got myself like really like disappointed. I don't know if I told you that before, but it was like that, so and then and then I got one agency from Brazil, and then I started with a guy as well who was working in the marketing scene and stuff, and then he disappointed me as well, and then I was like, no, I won't get it. I won't get through this stuff anymore, and then I found Victor, I met Victor, and then he was explaining me everything about you guys, and then yeah.
Nice. That's really cool. Third time's the charm then.
Yeah, man. Fuck.
That's crazy. And since then, like since you joined Tattoo Growth, it's like a year almost. Like what has been the main takeaways from you? Like what have you learned? What are the results, like your experience, all of those things?
It was a lot of things, It started from like the way to present myself on my social media, marketing, ads, not only that, but the way I see marketing nowadays, the way how I can use myself to promote my own work. Yeah, man, everything changed on my point of view about business, about my work. I see myself as a company, as a brand, not only as, oh, Francisco is a tattoo artist. It's like a kind of like a big team behind me, but it's only, of course, with your help, guys, but like it's only me. It's a team of Francisco, many Francisco that can work in a different ways to get the result I want. You know what I mean?
Yes, it makes sense. It's very good explained. Now you build up the ads yourself, like you do all of that.
Yeah, of course, at the beginning is the struggle because it's hard to understand, and to get into your head, and, apart, oh, fuck, you have to to do that, you have to do that, and then and then conversion doesn't work because the pixels are wrong. You know me. But then when you see it and then you know how it works, of course, Facebook and Meta doesn't help a little bit sometimes, yeah, because it works like in a different ways. It was such a struggle for me because remember, like I used to build it up the ads and it's like, no, it's not working, man. It says like, Francisco, but there is nothing wrong there. Yeah, man, but it's not working. And then I realized that like my pixels, when I create it started working only after a few hours.
Yeah.
And then it's like until I get to this point of fuck. But yeah, now I can create my own ads, I can create it's such a pleasure to have. It's like, oh, I got it, I thought I wouldn't be able to do it.
Nice. That's really, really cool. With all those things, do you know like approximately like the results or how many bookings or something like that? Do you have any of those things?
Yeah, like I'm running an ads now, so I'm getting like loads of leads. Like I'm still talking with a lot of people. So now spent I think like only 100 euro because I didn't have that many days. And then I profit 1,400 euro for spending 100 and profit 1,500. But I just spent that because I didn't have many days left, so I put the ads just to complete my guest spot here. But the results, man, are being really great. I'm really happy with. Started the campaign like 2 days ago, and then 19 conversions. Until then, I'm paying 280 per conversion.
It's really, really cool.
Thanks, man.
Like during this time, if you had to pick like one thing, let's say, okay, this is the one that changed the most for me, what would you say that thing is in Tattoo Growth?
You guys like clicked me something, with like the classes and everything, and always like the meetings and stuff that I didn't have, and it's really hard to explain because I had it, but I couldn't find. It was the way of I do marketing, the way of how I think about business. Because everybody, like at the beginning, they always think, oh, I'm spending money with that, it's just an expense. But it's not an expense. It's a profit because you're gonna profit from that. And people want everything like straight away, it's like, oh, I want to put my ads today and tomorrow 10 bookings come to my door, you know what I mean, with full day sessions. Man, nothing in life works like that. So if you not have patience, and if you don't keep going, like, you're never gonna see the results. A football player, you need to work hard to get the results. A driver, like, a F1 driver, everybody needs to work hard to get results. We need to work hard as well. Like the way we draw, we need to advertise. The way we draw, we need to marketing, and then when I start to grow, it's just turned that key, and it's like, look, this is how I supposed to do, and I go to different shops, and I talk to people about it, and then they says like, look, Francisco, you really got the thing to do that, to marketing and stuff, the way I talk to people, because every person that comes to talk to you is your future client.
That's really cool. I remember the first weekly call that you came in, and it was like, shit, I am so hungry. Like I see this,
Yeah.
like it would be so cool to watch back on that one, like now, like 1 year later, because it's super cool.
Because it's exactly, it happens with me, it's like, it's just like, boom, fuck, let's go, guys, and you guys help me out with everything, like it was here always, like as now, sometimes like you answer me 12 p.m. I was like, man, no, I go to sleep, man. But yeah, man, it really helped me, I completely changed after Tattoo Growth. It's like, when you go to the church and then it's like, oh, I found God, I have God in life. But it completely changed me, it changed me. Like, me and my wife, we talk about this stuff as well, I see how I was thinking about business and tattoo marketing and all that stuff before, how I'm doing now, it's completely different. And thanks to you guys, to help me out with that.
Yeah, I always get emotional. It's really, really cool to see. It's been a it's been a fun year together as well,
Yeah,
and more fun
yeah.
years to come. So it's really, really cool.
100%, bro. 100%.
Yeah.